Guys, we're just at the Southall Town Centre and we've bumped into Julie and we've talked to her about what's going on here today with Sukhdev releasing a book today on her son's death, and Julie represents the organisation Stand Up to Racism, and that's why she's come out today to basically support the cause, and she's going to say a couple of words and tell us why she's here.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I've come along tonight. I heard about Sukhdev's book launch. My partner is the Bookmarks publisher as well, so it's been a very, emotional kind of journey, I think, to go through bringing the book together and learning from Sukhdev and her experience. So I work for a campaign called Stand Up to Racism, which is a broad-based campaign based all over England, Scotland and Wales. And it's linked up internationally as well to lots of other anti-racist campaigns. We have organised demonstrations around UN Anti-Racism Day. At the moment we're campaigning quite hard over the question of particularly about the hostile environment. So we have, I was going to say we have a Prime Minister, but we don't have a Prime Minister at the moment. But I think that one of the things that Boris Johnson's cabinet and Priti Patel and the Tories that have been in power before as well have done is try to create a hostile environment, and actually, instead of trying to tackle the racism that led to Ricky's death and also led to the horrendous treatment of the real family, that racism that exists, I think, institutionally inside Britain.
The nationality bills that you're talking about.
Yeah, now I think, on top of that, we should have a society that its leaders are coming together and saying that we need to try and tackle institutional racism and challenge it and, fight it. But instead what we have is a government that's trying to intensify racism. For example, we're currently organising over a demonstration that will be outside the Royal Courts of Justice on the 19th of July, because that is the day that the Rwanda policy, the idea that refugees who have travelled a very, very long way and put their life in incredible risk to find safety here, instead of being welcomed, would be put on a flight and deported to detention centres in Rwanda. It's an unthinkably racist and horrible policy. So this is just one of the issues that we're campaigning on. Obviously, we've had the Black Lives Matter movement. I'm here tonight, but we're very much a kind of black-led campaign. But we do believe very strongly in black and white unity, and about people coming together to. It's not enough to be, like Angela Davis said, it's not enough to be non-racist. We all have to be anti-racist. So for me, it's one of the reasons why I'm here tonight, is that I think this is a really, really important book. It's a really horrifying story, but sadly, it's actually one of many stories like it, of instances where the police, the institutions, the courts, all different manners of the establishment in society have operated institutional racism and let communities down on that basis.
Of course, local Hayes and Harlington MP. He's been serving the local community since 1997, I believe. So he's quite active in the local community. He's got a lot of respect from the locals. He's here today to attend the book showing of Sukhdev's book for her son. And he's just going to say a few words as to what he thinks about the book, what happened in 1997 when the youngster was killed, and what we can do today.
Ricky Reel was my constituent, the Reel family are my constituents. So when Ricky went missing, literally in the first 24 hours, they contacted me. The book explains all of this. From day one, we had a failed response from the police. We believe that was because they failed to respect the views of the family. We also believe this is part and parcel of the institutional racism of the Metropolitan Police. All through the last number of years, even when the police investigated their own investigation, they wouldn't release the information to us. Eventually, we then discover, we're told by the police that when we were asking for police to investigate Ricky's death, they were actually using police resources to surveil us. We were part of the spy cops, victims, outrageous. What we're saying now, and this book, which is, I think, incredibly emotionally, but really succinctly written, beautifully written by Sukhdev Reel. She's a real heroine for writing it. What it does, it's an appeal to people out there. Read the story, because I think in reading the story, more and more people will help us in this campaign to find the truth and then justice. Out there, other people know what really happened to Ricky. We want to find out the truth. That's what this book is all about.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so, the police always try and criminalise everyone, but why don't they actually catch real criminals? There are so many instances. I mean, they commit crimes themselves. Look at crimes themselves. Look at Sarah Everard and other things that have happened recently. Mark Duggan, lawfully killed. Charles the Menaces. What are they up to? Why are these people these bad actors not losing their jobs? Why is the Metropolitan Police Service and the government allowing themselves to look bad and be disgraced by these bad actors? Why don't they police themselves and root out the bad elements of the police force? Thank you. God bless you.
Hi guys, we're just with Kamalpreet Kaur, who's a local councillor in the Hayes area, and she will be talking to us today about what she thought of the book that was written by Sukhdev Kaur Real, and what's the outcome of today's event.
I think it was a very positive, emotionally charged event, as expected. For people like me who do not much about the case, I think to hear the first-hand incident from the mother and the people who've supported the campaign, it's been really, really important. And the fact that we need to do more as a community to give that support and voice to that campaign, I think it's we as a community need to come out more and show solidarity to the family, make sure that the voice of the family is heard. And it's hard to live with that grief, and then to put it together again in a book. I think it just broke my heart as a mother, and you can imagine how much pain she must have gone through for this. So I think we as a community need to come out and back them really, really strong.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We've come to the meeting today to meet Ricky Real's mother and to find out how the investigation was carried out by the Metropolitan Police. Ricky died under circumstances which were not explained properly, and we will give our full-hearted support. We, the people of Southall, will stand by Ricky Real's mother and the problems that they've been faced with over the last 25 years of their lives. Thank you.
And we've bumped into one of the people that were present inside, and we just want to find out what they thought of the book show itself and what they think the message that was conveyed today was.
I think it was never give up, and I think it was about the love of a family and being respectful to the memory of their son so that he lives on, and that hopefully they are able to win their fight for justice for him. And so that's why I'm here to support Sukhdev and her family, and I hope that they are able to get the justice that Ricky deserves.
Thank you.
I want to say that the Justice for Ricky Real campaign is still alive, it's still kicking. What we've heard today is shocking to our core, and it shows why Southall's campaigning for anti-racism is still as important and is still as an important issue in Southall now as it was 40 years ago with Blair Beach. We've got to get united, we've got to fight, and we've got to win this case. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, my name is Harsay Bains. I'm from the Indian Workers Association, Great Britain, Southall branch. And I'm here today because I feel this is a massive injustice against our community and for the Sukhdev Real, for the Real family. And Ricky Real's murder should have been, or his killing or his death, should have been investigated by now. Why is it that we have to do it 10 times as harder work, 10 times as harder to get justice, and sometimes even 25 years later we're still fighting for it?
I'm here to support the launching of the book Silent is Not an Option by Sukhdev Real. It's a powerful testimony by the mother in her quest for justice and to hold police officers to account for their negligence, for their racism, and for their neglect in this case. The family deserve justice, and it is important for us in the Asian community, in the Sikh community, in the Muslim community, in the African community, in society at large, to recognize the problem of racism and deal with it determinately and finish this issue off once for all. Thank you.
I've come here to say that we all need to support Ricky Real for what he's done, for what he showed us, and anti-racism should carry on as its campaign. and let's support Ricky Real as much as we can to help his mother relieve from what she has suffered, and let's make sure that everybody and in the future nobody faces what crisis we face today.
Thank you. Hi guys, we're here with Taranjeet Kaur, and she's a
Trade unionist.
yes. And how was the event today? We come out for this book showcase event, and how was it today? How do you think the message got conveyed to the wider public in Southall, and what is the message?
The message is that we need to unite. We need to hold both Ricky's mum and Ricky's father and Ricky's family, because they've been holding us, because this whole case is about racism against the black community, against police not doing their job because we are not white. So we need to be unified and we need to back them. We need to sign the petition. We need to go to our MPs. We need to start taking action. It's a call for action to continue Ricky's legacy.
If anyone's got any issues like locally or in the wider area, are you the person to come to?
No, but the Southall Monitoring Group, the monitoring group is the best people in Southall to come to. Suresh Grover, your local MP, John McDonnell, who's a local MP in Hayes, and you've also got Harlington, Hayes and Harlington, and you also have the South Alliance as well, who's placed in this building.
So what is it that you exactly do and that you...
So I'm a campaigner, so we campaign against racism. So as trade unionists, we challenge discrimination in the workplace, but in society generally. So this is a case like the Stephen Lawrence case, right, like the Dougal case, where the police were racist and did not take action. And they failed the families when it came to prosecuting those who have committed offences against us.
Thank you.
And we support and we campaign.
Thank you. Thank you for your message.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm a bit nervous, but anyway, I'm here because Sukhdev Reel is my Masi. She's my real Masi, and I think it's really important to support for what she's actually doing. I'm really glad that I'm here because, tell you the honest truth, because there's a lot of cases that happen that just get unresolved properly, and I think we're not actually after the police or we're not after the government, right? We're just here, right, to bring the truth out of what actually happened to Ricky Real, and I'm really like proud of Sukhdev Reel and everybody out there that's listening to this message. Yeah, the thing is, we're not after the police. We understand they have a hard job to do, but come on, yeah, you get paid to do a job. The truth, if this family came to you because they lost their son, you know what? They were not after you, but you had more authority than we did. So you know what? I'm so happy that I was here and to support everybody, and we need to support each other, right? We need to stand for the truth, because I'm a Christian and I believe in the truth. I don't believe in taking revenge against revenge or tick for tack. No. What Sukhdev Reel is doing, she wants justice for her son, and she's doing the right thing. That's what we're here for, just to find the truth, what actually happened to Ricky Real. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bumped into Callum. Callum's going to talk about what he does and why he was at the event today.
My name's Colin Bryce. I work for Bookmarks, who are the publishers of Sukhdev's book, and we're immensely privileged and deeply humbled to publish the book. Sukhdev's writing is so moving and so heartfelt, and it's such a powerful book because of that. I mean, it's a great tribute to Ricky himself and his life, and what he meant to everybody. It has a great appreciation of everybody who supported the campaign over the last 25 years. And it also, of course, carries an awful lot of pain about the way that the family were treated by the authorities, by the police in particular, for the last 20 years. I grew up in the north of Ireland, in a place called Derry, and just when we were preparing the book, I was telling Sukhdev that I was going back for the 50th anniversary of the Bloody Sunday massacre, which happened on the streets of Derry, carried out by the Parachute Regiment, and covered up by the same British state and British government that sort of is responsible for all the injustices that we talk about here as well. And Sukhdev immediately said to me, of course, I know the Bloody Sunday families. I've been over to Derry. I know people like Sheila Coleman from the Hillsborough families, who goes over to Derry every year to support them, and so many other people in the same position. And the thing that really strikes you about people like Sukhdev and like all those people is that they're motivated by an incredible an incredible humanity, an incredible love for people. They give each other so much support because they understand what they've all been through. And in Sukhdev's book, in the introduction, she says, I'm not campaigning and fighting out of retribution or revenge. Ricky wouldn't allow me to do that. He lived his life full of love and friendship. I just want justice for my son and to find out what happened to him. And I think that's the whole measure of Sukhdev herself. And what comes through so strongly in the book. It's an incredibly inspiring book, you know, the determination that she's had for all these years to stick with it. And as I say, we're very, very proud to have published the book, and I would encourage everybody to try and read it if they can.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you. Hi guys, we're just at the Southall Town Hall today, and we're just with Sukhdev Kaur Reel, who's the mother of Ricky. Ricky was killed, murdered in Kingston 25 years ago, and she's written a book, and Sukhdev's gone into the reasons why justice hasn't been delivered up till today, and the reasons behind it, and what was the concerns that she had, that she's brought to surface in her book. And she's going to talk to us today and explain to us what she's done with the book and what happened previously with Ricky.
Ricky went out in October 1997 with Asian friends, and he never returned home. While they were there was a racist attack where the three boys, there were four of them, they were attacked, and everybody tried to run away to a place of safety. The three friends regrouped together, and Ricky was never found alive again. The friends were saying that Ricky wanted to come home, and they thought he had come home. So when we reported Ricky's disappearance to the police told me that Ricky is over the age of 18. They can't do anything. I would have to wait for 24 hours before anything can be done. So this was our Axis police station. Then we went to Kingston police station, and we reported Ricky's disappearance. And instead of telling me that we will take a statement, we will investigate, they turned around and he said, well, Ricky may have run away from home, maybe he doesn't want to be found, and he may be gay, and he's frightened to come home. And then he winked and he said, well, you know what you Asian people are like? You arrange marriages for your children, and maybe that's the reason he decided to run away. So we knew from then on that our skin, our color, our religion came into the way of police delivering justice. We knew that because we are Asian, because our color is brown, we will never get justice. And all the investigation or whatever it was conducted with a closed mind. And they lost a lot of evidence. It was the family in the first week going around Kingston looking for clues and telling the police where the cameras are in their town. And
was anyone actually arrested when the incident happened?
No, because they lost all the evidence. We were finding cameras, CCTV cameras, giving it to them. We were finding witnesses, and they did not interview those witnesses straight away. They waited for 18 months to interview the witness. Obviously, after 18 months, memories fade.
Yeah, of course. Is the case open?
The case is open, and it's been left by the police as, well, whenever Mrs. Reel finds anyone, she'll bring it to our attention and we will investigate. They are not actively looking for it. I have seen cases, 27-year-old, 20, 30-year-old cases, where active police investigation is being conducted. So why not me? Why not in my case? I am a Sikh woman, and I'm proud to be standing here and demanding justice, not only for Ricky, for our own people. Our people deserve justice, same as anybody else. So the color, the faith, the religion should not come in our way. We demand justice. Justice is for everyone. Justice has no color.
So what's in the actual book that you've written now?
The actual book states the story, starting with what we, as a family, what we are like and everything, and what Ricky was like, and there are reports from people who knew his school teachers, his employers, his university, lecturers and everything. And it talks about the case as well, how the case was dealt with, and what we did. It talks about his funeral, and it talks about the campaign, why we had to set up the campaign. Because I stood up, because I talked about the case, because I brought it into attention, public attention, all the mistakes they have made. Instead, the police officers, the special demonstration officers, decided to spy on me.
So you've documented basically what your findings were and what the mistakes of the police were in your book, basically.
Yeah, we made a complaint to the at that time was Police Complaints Authority, and they found many mistakes, a lot of mistakes, and there is a thick report which is locked under key, and nobody is allowed to see it. I had to campaign, and they gave me a report, and I had to sign an undertaking not to release that report to anyone. Now there is a report there, but I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it to my campaign members, to my lawyer who has stood by me, you know, seeking justice. I can't even talk to my husband.
So we're here today at the town hall. What's going to be going on at the town hall today? You've got a lot of people here. I think you've got probably about 100 people here today.
Yeah, there's a lot of
you've
people.
Had all the communities come together
Yeah.
from all over the borough. They've come here today, and you've got food inside. You've got a conference hall. I've seen that you've got like a presentation that you're going to be doing as well. So what's going to be going on here today?
We're talking about how we can deal with racial justice. We are talking about equality. We are talking about, my book clearly states, sends a message, which the title is Silence. Ricky Real, silence is not an option. Silence is not an option for me, and it should not be an option for all the people who have suffered injustice and sitting at home crying. Please, people, stand up. I'm with you. You need help? Contact me. I'm with you. So let's get together, fight for justice for everyone.
I had one more question. What was the response from your local religious institutions like the Gurdwara? At that time, did they, in 1997, did they come forward and say, you know what's going on here is wrong, and we support you, and etc., etc.? Did you get that support from your local community?
From in the very, very early days, about 25 years ago.
Yes.
But since then, all the Sikh communities, local communities, our own Asian communities have kept very quiet. They haven't supported me. The only person who supported me, like Sikh PA, has written, loads of...
Jasveer Singh, yeah. He sent us the information, Jasveer sent it over, so hence why we've come here today.
Yeah.
And when we found out obviously what had happened, and I've got friends as well that were actually studying with Ricky.
Yeah.
I think he was at Kingston College or Richmond College.
Brunel
Yeah.
University. Yeah.
So they went there as well, and they've spoken about him as well. When I was on the phone to them yesterday, and they've mentioned, I told them that we was going to be coming here today. They were really like kind of, oh yeah, we remember that. It was a really dark period. In 1997 when that happened, and it was the community got together, but in a way it has been kind of forgotten. But you've kind of resurfaced it with your book, you've documented it, and that's why we're here today to support you. We want you to come out. You're just like a mother to us as well, because we're brought up in this community. We know what it's like. We ourselves as youngsters have faced brutality from the police. We know how they can be racist, and racism still exists in today's society.
Very
we know
much
that,
so.
and it's very much, it should have been declining actually in a way. It's
increasing.
Yeah, it is.
It's increasing.
And being a Sikh with a turban and a beard, we get targeted very easily.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of hate crimes up and down in
Yeah.
the country. I think there was a hate crime just 2 days ago in Manchester, where a Sikh gentleman in the daytime was attacked in the high street, and he was beaten. He was 62 years old, and he's beaten up by a Caucasian guy just because of his appearance. So,
We have a duty to ourselves, and we have a duty to other people to protect them.
Of course.
And the only way you can protect them is to stand up and raise your voice and ask for justice. Because, why am I standing? My son's gone.
Yeah.
He's not going to come back. Yeah? But I am standing for all the people out there. I know how
feeling.
empty my arms are.
Yes.
And I cry every night because I miss him.
Yeah.
But I am fighting for everybody else.
Of course.
But lots of people have left. Especially, I'm sorry to say, my own community has left me stranding on the streets, tramping the streets day and night.
Yes.
Yeah. And how can you do that? Our Sikh faith teaches us that we need to be, there for everyone. We need to help each other.
Forget about helping everybody else. You can't even help your own.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's my thing exactly. A Sikh mother trolling the streets, looking for answers, and all the community leaders who had big awards saying that we are helping. We set up organizations to help people. Where are they? I can't see them. I have written letters, I have sent emails to all those organizations, and not even one acknowledged it.
So How do you feel about the outcome today, as in like the people that have showed up, and do you think it's a good response?
Huge thank you. We need solidarity. We need people around me. Lonely Road is ahead of me, and people coming in here showed solidarity, and I thank them.
Thank you, Sukhdev. Thank you for chatting to us.